So recently I got a comment and it says, videos about getting back in track with those who lost motivation and the ego that was guiding them from the beginning of their journey of self-improvement, and motivated by Ayanokoji Kiyotaka, because you, E.G., is the best channel out there for serious content. And it got 9 likes. And it's because this is a very common problem as people on self-improvement have the wrong mindset and beliefs. So before I show you guys the actual steps to reinvent yourself, let me drill some concepts into your head so you don't keep on failing even after this video. Let me fix my mic. Okay, so let's draw a graph real quick. And you got the X, you got Y, and let's name this the self-improvement dilemma. Okay, so here's what happens. So you first start self-improvement. So let's go back to the comment. The guy said that he started off really nice and he was using his ego, etc., and then he just plummeted all the way down. So this is what happens a lot. So even when I first started self-improvement, you have like that thing, you have like your like notebook where it's like journal, meditation, and then cold shower, and then you like exit off every day, you check it off. So you start like your first 3 weeks of self-improvement, and you start like over here, so you're like this bad, and you plummet, you go all the way up, and you're like consistent for like 3 weeks straight. Then one bad day you stop, so you go down. So you just go down like a little bit, for instance, like one day bad. Because a lot of people have like this perfectionist mindset or believe, okay, done good for 3 weeks, but I did bad for one day, that means I'm not consistent. This basically just fucks up with your mindset and makes you plummet like all the way down. But here's the thing, you started here, like before you started self-improvement, your base level was here, but now your base level is over here. So then you probably watch like self-improvement videos for another like 3 weeks straight, and then you have a lot of motivation, then you start again, and you go all the way up, and then you stop again where like the 3 week mark, because like you can't pass like 3 weeks of consistency. Then again, you fail after 3 weeks, and then you plummet all the way down. But this time, oh my god, I'm talking about my D-pad. This time you're a little bit higher than your other base level. So pretty much what people don't understand is that every time, how self-improvement is not, you're never supposed to be like perfect. Like you're never going to have just a whole linear straight line. But the reality is, it's going to be like waves. It's going to be up, down, until eventually you get like a month consistent, and now your base level is over here. And they just keep going up until your base level is pretty much like until your base level is like pretty much like over here, and then your thing is up here. So that's pretty much how it's supposed to be like, but a lot of you guys... So continuing on, I want to say that failure is so important for success. A lot of you guys think that moving forward is the only direction you can move, but there's going to be times where you're going to have to take 5 steps back so you can move 20 steps forward. And in your self-improvement journey, you're never going to be perfect. No one's perfect. So you're always going to keep falling all the way down. But as long as your base level keeps increasing every time you fail, at the end of the day, you're gonna win. So now that we got that out the way, let's go over the reinvention process. So reinvention is no iterative process. How one works on his business is not how one works on himself. It's never a purposeful change. If gradual, it's not gonna work. It's overnight. Do or die. You blink and experience the ego death in a second. In that 1 second, you simultaneously pull the trigger of all the culminations of realizations you've buried away. So what I mean is that you can rack your brain as much as you can. You can read pointless book after pointless book. You can pick up pointless habit after pointless habit. 5 a.m., cold shower, meditation. Need I go on? If you allow yourself 1 second, that's all it takes. You realize that the pointless books, habits, tactics were nothing but resisting tension with tension. Like a man pushing on a boulder, it pushes back with equal and opposite force, and nothing happens. So dear Sisyphus, stop pushing on that boulder and seize the pointless exercise in pushing tension with tension. Relax for a second and mender. What if the boulder rolls me over? That's the whole point. It's death, ego death, but death nonetheless. All within a second. Caesar, Napoleon, Genghis Khan, Rockefeller, Vanderbilt, Carnegie, Churchill, Hitler, Stalin, Roosevelt, all woke up and chose violence. I've read all their biographies cover to cover. The most interesting are always the first 3 chapters. It's the earthquake that causes the events to domino. The rest happens naturally with the passage of time. The rivers driving up, the buildings falling over, the mountains being formed can take minutes, hours, days, months, and years to happen. But they were inevitable. So stop studying the dominoes and stop trying to replicate by going domino by domino, gently pushing them over one by one with your gay habits and pointless activities were all a waste of time. You'll never be able to replicate anything meaningful in such a way. But what you need to do was let go of all fear and hesitation, and yes, you will die. And after pushing over bolder. You will wake up a different person. You will be able to answer the questions you couldn't before. You will be able to move, think, and act and behave differently. You will not just be one step closer to manifesting your destiny, but a million steps closer. So this is what I would recommend. So find a role model who resonates with you, living the life you want with the values you want. Study them, watch everything, and read everything about them. Break them down on paper. What is their values, their day look like, their income, and their business? Try your hardest to emulate them. You'll be surprised as you enter their form, but once you do, you'll realize you just become another version of yourself. So, let me show you how to do this now, and I'll do it for Ayanokoji Kiyotaka, as that's who you guys love and admire. So like I said, we're going to find a role model that resonates with us, living the life that we want to live with the values that we want. We're going to study them, watch everything, read everything about them, break them down on paper, and then we're going to try to emulate them as hard as possible, and then we'll just enter their form. But once we do that, we won't just become them, we'll become another version of ourselves. So we did this for Ayanokoji. So for traits, we have his traits are: he perceives life like a game of chess, he's a strategist, he's extremely self-aware, he's fearless, he's effective, he's stoic, he's calm, he's disciplined, he doesn't overthink, he's non-reactive, he's composed, he's resourceful, he's confident, he's analytical, he's resistant to pain, he's observant, cunning, manipulative, mysterious, adaptable, independent, strong leader, decisive, logical thinking. And there's so much more, but pretty much what we want to do now is emulate these traits. Next is value. So all he cares about is victory, effectiveness, performance, achievements, and results. And the restrictions, stuff that he doesn't do. He has no social media, he doesn't listen to music, he doesn't watch porn, no sugar, he doesn't sit for more than 2 hours, no complaining, no crying, and doesn't play video games. So how does his day look like? So we know in the White Room, they wake up at 7 a.m. A staff member removes all of the attached electrolytes and quickly performs a health check and measures their weight and height. They use the bathroom. Then after the washroom, they use a urine analysis, and it's done like at least once a month, but we'll just assume since it's a routine. And some blood is also drawn at the same time. Then they have a hydration plus 30 minutes of basic training. Then they do daily measurements of their physical record, so grip strength, probably like bench press, etc. Then the White Room kids go into training area and perform like their assignments divided by gender, breakfast, etc., etc. So that's how his day looks like. Then we make a daily routine based off this, because we're trying to emulate him until we get into his form. So pretty much we do the same thing. So we wake up, dream journal, because this is something Ayanokoji would do. We go to our backyard and go outside to restrict our circadian rhythm. Yeah, chug water for self for like the electrolytes, like even like how he did, etc. So I made a daily routine so you guys can also reinvent yourself and emulate him as much as possible. But remember, the traits and the values and the restrictions all have to come together. But not only that, then we also have our looks and physiques. Because how does Ayanokoji look like? He has a V-taper, he's lean, muscular, he's broad, he has high muscle density, he has a demon back, he has perfect posture, he has functional abs, he has crazy strong forearm and grip strength, and strong tendons. So this is the physique that we need to visualize ourselves in and also strive for. Next, the way we act. The way he acts is nonchalant, unfazed, doesn't care too much, reserved, nice, he's pretty nice, and selfish for his own goals. So, using this whole sheet as like a template for life, what we want to do is do our daily routine we crafted based off his, based off the traits or the values, how we act. We want to just so hardly imitate this until we just enter its form. And then we don't become like Ayanokoji Kiyotaka, but we become another version of ourselves, which is higher than the last version. So thank you guys for watching, and peace on the street. I hope all you guys try to reinvent yourself. I'll leave the link for this document in the description below. And also, if you want to join my 1-year White Room program, where I already talked about this early, but I was like, why not I give you guys some of this as well? Because I feel bad because you guys are already missing out on so much value in my 1-year White Room program. The best program in the world. Special exams every week, classes A to D, etc., etc., etc. If you want to join, it's in the description below. Thanks for watching, and peace on the street.